I'm going to tell you something uncomfortable, but necessary. If you've ever been blindsided by betrayal, if you've ever wondered how the woman who swore she loved you could walk away without hesitation, this chapter is for you. Because here's the truth. Women leaving first is not an accident. It's the result of social programming, cultural shifts, and a complete removal of consequences. This is not about hating women. It's not misogyny. It's about survival. It's about understanding the system you're living in so you don't get destroyed by it. Because until you understand why this keeps happening, you will keep falling into the same trap, losing everything, and never seeing it coming. Let's start with history. In your grandfather's time, women were not saints. They had the same capacity for betrayal that modern women do. The only difference was consequences. Back then, infidelity meant social death. Divorce carried shame. A woman's survival depended on her reputation and her marriage. Those boundaries, as harsh as they seemed, kept families intact and civilizations stable. Fast forward to today, and everything has changed. The boundaries are gone. The consequences are gone. The shame is gone. Society removed every guardrail, and in doing so, it unleashed what women were always capable of: betrayal without guilt, abandonment without hesitation, destruction without accountability. So the problem isn't that women suddenly became different. The problem is that the world around them changed, and men never adapted. That's why betrayal blindsides you. That's why she leaves first. This is the uncomfortable truth most men refuse to see. You're not dealing with the women of the past. You're dealing with modern women shaped by a system that rewards betrayal and punishes loyalty. And unless you understand that, you will keep walking straight into the trap. Here's something men don't want to admit, and women will never say out loud. Both men and women are polygamous by nature. Men desire variety. Women desire the best option available. It's not morality, it's biology. And it's been this way since the beginning of time. But there's a critical difference. When a man cheats, society may call him disloyal, but civilization doesn't collapse. When a woman cheats, the foundation of family is shattered. Because her betrayal carries higher stakes: children, inheritance, bloodlines. That's why every culture, every religion, every ancient system placed stricter boundaries on women's sexuality. It wasn't oppression, it was protection. Protection of family, of stability, of civilization itself. And yet, modern men have forgotten this truth. They look at infidelity as equal. They pretend male and female betrayal is the same. But it's not. One destroys trust, the other destroys entire bloodlines. That's why historically, civilizations always enforced discipline on female behavior, because they knew the cost of ignoring it. But here's where things shifted. In today's world, we don't enforce those boundaries anymore. We remove the shame. We remove the consequences. We started telling women there is no difference between male and female betrayal. And once that happened, the floodgates opened. Because if men are naturally polygamous and women are naturally hypergamous, what happens when women face zero consequences for betrayal? What happens when society not only allows it, but celebrates it? That's where feminism enters the story. Feminism started as equal rights, but slowly it turned into equal outcomes, without equal responsibility. Women were told, do whatever you want, there are no consequences. Cheat, leave, divorce, society will protect you. Courts, media, culture, all on your side. Once betrayal became glorified as independence, women no longer felt shame. And when shame is gone, restraint disappears. That's why betrayal skyrocketed. But feminism didn't just remove shame, it created incentives. Next, we'll see how women began using men as resources. Today, many women don't see relationships as lifelong bonds. They see them as contracts with expiration dates. She uses a man for stability, money, emotional support, then moves on when better comes. Society backs her up with divorce courts, alimony, child support. The man loses everything. She gets rewarded. Betrayal is no longer punished. It's profitable. And when betrayal becomes profitable, it becomes a strategy. But betrayal isn't just financial. It goes deeper, into intimacy itself. Modern women know their greatest power is intimacy. They ration it, weaponize it, and use it to control men. They withhold affection at home, while giving themselves freely to outsiders. And when caught, they twist reality, gaslighting men, shifting guilt, rationalizing betrayal. Intimacy becomes a bargaining chip, not a bond. And this constant manipulation weakens men until they lose all authority. But even traditional values don't guarantee loyalty. Let's expose the myth. Many men think, if I marry a virgin, she'll stay loyal. Wrong. Even virgins cheat. Why? FLMO. Once exposed to options, curiosity takes over. And with divorce laws on her side, she can leave anytime and take half your life's work with her. Betrayal isn't just emotional, it's economic warfare. Men spend years building, women take it in months. And when kids are involved, betrayal gets even darker. In divorce, kids become tools. Mothers use custody as leverage, alienating children from fathers. Courts almost always side with women, giving them power to rewrite reality. They play the victim, while destroying a man's relationship with his own blood. This weaponization of children leaves men powerless, broken, erased. But women rarely leave without a plan. Enter monkey branching. Most women don't leave until another branch is ready. Backup men, exes, co-workers, orbiters, are kept on standby. And with social media, options are endless. Dating apps, Instagram, TikTok, constant validation, constant temptation. She won't risk loneliness. She'll have a replacement lined up before she walks away. And who encourages her? Her own circle. Unlike men, women have endless support when they betray. Friends cheer her on. Family justifies it. Therapists validate it. You deserve better. Infidelity becomes empowerment. Divorce becomes self-love. Cheating is reframed as healing. And so betrayal spreads, not as shame, but as lifestyle. But it starts even earlier, during childhood. From school to workplace, girls are raised with entitlement. You're special. You deserve more. Combine this with biased laws, no-fault divorce, alimony, child support, and betrayal becomes a legal business. Women are incentivized to destroy families because the system ensures they win. And men? They only make it worse with weak responses. When betrayed, modern men beg, plead, forgive. They white knight, hoping loyalty will return. But every time a man rewards betrayal with attention, he validates it. Weakness fuels disrespect. Instead of enforcing standards, men lower them, digging their own graves. The only escape? Harsh solutions. Men who see reality set hard rules. Don't marry, don't cohabitate, don't mix finances. If already married, document everything. Treat divorce like war, because that's what it is. Boundaries aren't optional, they're survival. But long-term, even marriage itself must be reformed. Marriage today is a one-sided gamble. To fix it, men demand prenups, infidelity clauses, equal custody. Divorce must be painful for both sides, not just men. Without reform, marriage remains a rigged game where betrayal is rewarded. And yet, even reform won't fix one core issue. Women are being programmed differently. Modern women aren't bad by choice. They're programmed. Movies, media, culture, all glorify betrayal, hypergamy, independence at the cost of loyalty. Men chase different women, but the truth is, programming shapes all of them. No woman is immune. And the damage doesn't stop at women. It spreads to entire generations. When women betray, kids grow up broken. Sons become weak men. Daughters normalize betrayal. Single mothers raise unstable families. And a society built on broken homes cannot stand strong. The betrayal of men leads to the collapse of generations. And betrayal is now being sold by coaches and influencers. Modern dating coaches teach women to maintain rosters of men. They market betrayal as empowerment, monetizing destruction. Women are told to exploit their biological clock, to use men until better comes along. It's no longer shameful, it's trendy. And with technology, it's easier than ever. Dating apps give women thousands of men at their fingertips. Instagram provides daily validation. Even LinkedIn becomes a hunting ground. Betrayal is no longer risky, it's effortless. Technology turned loyalty into an option, not a default. But betrayal thrives only because there are no consequences. Why does betrayal continue? Because it's rewarded. Women cheat, destroy families, and get sympathy, money, even applause. Society celebrates the betrayer, demonizes the betrayed. In such a system, bad behavior doesn't just survive, it multiplies. But betrayal always has an endgame. The sad irony? Women who betray end up bitter, alone, childless, or estranged from their children. They trade security for short-term excitement, and when the dust settles, they're left blaming men, never themselves. By destroying the system, they also destroy their own future. But someone profits from this chaos. Broken homes mean profit for lawyers, therapists, governments. More divorces, more cases, more money. The media sells it as freedom, while the state cashes in. No one has incentive to fix it, because betrayal feeds the machine, and men remain the primary victims. Understand this. It's not about one woman. It's about a system designed to exploit you. Women are programmed, men are punished, children are broken. Civilization weakens, and betrayal becomes the new normal. So what choice do men have? You can stay blind, live in fairy tales, and get destroyed. Or you can face reality, refuse to play the rigged game, protect your assets, guard your future. The choice isn't about saving women, it's about saving yourself. Because the end of the story is always the same. Women betray and leave first not by accident, but by design. A system that rewards disloyalty and punishes men ensures this cycle never ends. Men, women, children, society, everyone pays the price. Until incentives change, betrayal will continue. Your only defense is awareness, boundaries, and refusal to play blind. Protect yourself or lose everything.